Rappers, it's Curtis King, CurtisKingBeats.com, and I know many of you were expecting this or hoping for this. How do I work with music producers? I don't understand the things that be coming out of their mouth, but they be making some fire, and I'm trying to understand how to communicate with a producer. Let's talk about it. Rappers, I understand your perspective as a rapper / music producer, even though most of you probably only know me as a music producer. However, I started my career off as a rapper, and production really became a necessity for me because I was like, oh, this person wants $600 to lease a beat? How about I just use that money and pay for equipment? And that's exactly what I did. I didn't pay $600. I had a PlayStation and MTV generator, but I had to make it happen one way or another. And let me let you know, the more that I started to get deeper and deeper within production, the more I understood the terminology, the more I understood the actual work that went into it, the actual money that goes into it, the actual energy, the actual emotion that goes into it, the more that I started to understand producers and understand why most of them are freaking hermits. Look it up, hermits. Hermits are people who don't really get out and get a whole lot of light. They're not really social. Most producers are like that because of the very nature of the music and the very nature of the art that we have to create. So as a rapper, it's hard for you to see that because as a rapper, look, you are the center of attention. You have been within the culture of hip hop for quite some time, right? People think about hip hop nowadays, they're not thinking about B-boys, well, at least folks who are not traditionally in hip hop. Now, we're not talking about the forefathers and whatnot, but they don't think about the DJs, they don't think about the B-boys, they don't think about graffiti, they just think about rappers, and now more so now music producers. But look, rappers have been the center of attention. It is part of your job to be a freaking, especially in 2018, you gotta be a damn socialite, you gotta be charismatic, you gotta be good on camera, you gotta give interviews. Even if you're one of those rappers that when they ask you questions like, so what was your inspiration for this music? You gotta be like, I don't know, just, you know what I mean? Like, I woke up one day and you know, nigga like me, I hit my foot on the bed and I was like, yeah, that hurt. Ooh, put that hurt on him. Put that hurt on him. Ooh, I stubbed my toe, I put that hurt on him. And then you made a song based upon that. I've never heard that scenario ever play out, Curtis. What the hell are you talking about? Here's what I'm saying is that you are in a position to where people still look at that. You being antisocial in that situation or that interview as, oh, he don't give a damn. Yeah, he real. He like real authentic. Like he don't say a whole lot of words because not a lot of words gotta be said when you that gangster. And that's literally how fans are perceiving you, even though you're not being social. You're still looked at as somebody that they look up to and would one day want to emulate. I don't know why. But that being said, because you're the center of attention, it is very difficult sometimes, rappers, when we're approaching producers who are like, what kind of beat you want me to make for you? Oh man, I want you to make something that I make, you know, like it kind of sound like the drums is like larger than life. Like I'm thinking like Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? Like beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy, but like I want you to get that kick drum and I want you to like put it in a headlock. But I don't want it to be any headlock. I want it to be like a pterodactyl putting the drum in the headlock. You know what I'm saying? And like I want it to be like emotional though. You know what I'm saying? But something the radio will play and something the ladies are like. You tell that to a producer, they're like, okay, I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, but I don't understand how I convey that in the form of a kick and a snare. Can we start with the BPM, please? How fast do you want this beat to be? So that being said, as a rapper, how do you communicate? How do you work with music producers? What is going to make their lives easier so that you get the product that you want? You understanding how to speak to them. Understand the specifics of what their world encompasses, right? You're talking about things that are very visual because being a rapper is a very visual situation. For producers, it's visual, but it's in a different type of visual. You're talking about sitting here in front of a screen and creating sounds out of literally one shots and 1 second sounds and blips and, you know, sometimes chords that you have to literally put together. You're talking about somebody who has to create everything out of nothing. In much the same way you as a rapper have to do that with lyrics. So that being said, as you're sitting there and you're talking to the producer, it is up to you to understand the process. Ask questions. questions. And don't be the annoying one that asks 17 questions before he puts down the first kick drum, but ask questions as it goes on. Because here's the thing that I learned from me becoming a better graphic designer, is that the more questions I asked other graphic designers, the more I understood the craft, the more I could speak their language. When I could speak their language, I didn't have to give them these grand imagery about, oh, how I want the picture to be like sort of ghostly over the other picture. All I had to tell them was that I just want you to shift the opacity down to 47. And they were like, cool. And they sent it back and it was perfect. Same thing happens with producers. Look, you're giving them the big picture. They don't need the big picture right there. They need to understand the inspiration, of course, because that energy is important as they put that energy or try to transfer that energy in the music. But what they gotta understand is, what the hell do you want? Look, you know what? I'm looking for something 80 to 90 BPM that I can just get off bars. Like, I'm looking for space. I'm not looking for a whole lot of sounds, but I'm looking for something that every sound counts. It's panned perfectly the right way to where I have things that I can do lyrically. I want to switch it up towards the last 4 bars so that I can do something really special leading into the chorus, and I want the chorus to be really larger than life instrumental wise. I want you to go in there and I want you to show up. I'm going to use very small phrases in the chorus, but look, that's your opportunity to go kill it. You do you. And at the end of it, I want you to play a solo. Those specifics can give somebody something to work with, right? Telling somebody you want something that's like, y'all want something that sound like stadium status. There's no specifics in that, my friend. That's why you're getting a beat that just has like big old taiko drums or big old echoed snares and echo kicks, because they're trying to understand what that means. The more you understand their craft, the more specific your instructions become about the music that you want them to create. Understand it and don't expect them to be as much of a socialite as you are. Look, like I said, their world is completely different. Understanding their world will help you communicate even better. And at the end of the day, you're gonna have a better product. And who's not happy with the better product? In this life, you will not be full of life until you live life to the fullest. It is the leading voice of the online music producer and rapper community. Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com. Don't add me. Please subscribe to the channel below. Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.